All right, guys, welcome back to another one here today. We're out here on the big lake doing white bass fishing today for the first time this year, targeting the white bass. And I want to thank FishBrain. They're going to be the sponsor of this video, so their link will be down in the description box below, and we're going to talk about them a little bit later. But first, let's get in this fish here. I'm out here trolling around these highs and humps on the main lake. We've got 93-degree water temperature here, and this is the time of year that the white bass come up and they start feeding real heavily on these shad. So I'm out here trolling 3 rods, and we were trying to cover some ground, trying to find these big schools of white bass, and it looks like we just came across one here. So I'm running 2 planer boards and 1 down rod straight out the back, all varying depths. We'll take the planer board off here. We'll reel this fish in. You guys can see behind me, I got him skimming across the water now. Is it a white bass or a drum, guys? First fish of the day. It's gonna be a drum. So some people don't like to eat these and some people do. I'm not keeping fish today, but you know, you definitely can eat them. Not our target species, but a nice fish to start the day nonetheless. We'll get him unhooked here. There we go, nice little drum. All right, so we've been out here now for a little over an hour trolling around, and I've hooked 1 small drum. We got to change something up, right? What I'm doing is not working. So today we're going to use science to help us catch fish, which leads me into today's video sponsor, which is FishBrain. So FishBrain is an app that is solely dedicated to promoting fishing and fishing groups, right? So like they are at the top tier of all fishing apps, right? And they've got so many cool features that a lot of the other fishing apps do not have, right? So if you haven't heard of FishBrain, I'll give you a little overview of it. It's free to download, and then you can also upgrade to a pro version, which I'm going to tell you about here in just a minute. But just in the basic version, guys, you're able to share your catch pictures with people all across the world. You can start groups, you can see different gear, you can track your fishing, you can do all sorts of different things. Now, if you want to upgrade to the pro version, which if you use my link below, you'll get 30% off of FishBrain Pro, which opens up just a ton of new doors there to this app. So real quick here, let me show you how we're going to do this today. It's actually really cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the FishBrain app, and you can see right here, I'm on the map. This is the lake I'm at. If you guys use my code, you can get 30% off the pro version. The pro version gives you a whole nother spectrum into this app. It'll give you a weather app, it'll give you bite times, it'll give you contour lines, which are so important nowadays. Contour lines, knowing where you're at, the highs, the lows, the channels of the lakes and the rivers that you're on, super important. The weather app is great. You know, a lot of times I dictate my fishing trips around the weather, and you know, a lot of the weather apps nowadays, they don't show the wind, and on these big lakes I'm dictated if I can fish or not by the wind. And the weather app here, let me load it up for you guys. You guys can see it actually shows the mile per hours of the wind directly on the screen, which is super convenient because, you know, if I have a 10 or 15 mile an hour wind, I know I'm not going to go out that day. So anyway, let's go back to the bite time, which is a really cool feature. So this is straight science, guys. This is way above my head, but they've used over 5 million catches from the local area, from the areas that I'm in, times, everything else. It's science to predict the fishing patterns here. So let's scroll down here. You can see I was looking for white bass. These are the fish in my area, and you can see the time is under 2%. which obviously I've been driving around for an hour now, haven't been able to catch a fish. Now, what can we use to save the day? So let's scroll down here and let's see what else we can use to save the day with. And scrolling. You can see all the different fish. We've got white bass, we've got catfish, we've got spotted bass, green sunfish, flathead, drum. I did catch a drum and it did show up being a little high here. Crappie. And let's go up to channel catfish. Boom. Right now, channel catfish is the highest percent to catch it of all the species in this lake. Right now it's over 12%. So in my opinion, that makes it a great target species. So with this FishBrain app, if you guys say you're the guy that's got the honeydew list, you've got to get that done in a day, and you also want to go fishing, you can pull up this bite time chart and you can actually see what species of fish ideally is going to bite at the certain time. So you may want to go fishing early whenever the fish are biting, and then come home, get the honeydew list done, or vice versa. You may want to get the honeydew list done early, so where you can get out there at a certain amount of time and catch these bite windows. This adds in moon, everything. So it's a really cool feature. Also want to talk about the waypoints, because these waypoints are super cool, especially out here on these big lakes. So here we are on my main lake right here, and if I go to catch a fish, I can mark that waypoint, right? And if I mark that waypoint, we're gonna go ahead and it's gonna save that waypoint, and you can see private. Only I can see that. That's a big misconception with a lot of apps. And FishBrain is one of the few apps that actually has a private waypoint. I like to share catch pictures and such, but my exact spots with the FishBrain app, I can keep these waypoints private. So if you guys want to check out FishBrain, you guys can find me on there. You can find me on there under the name Coon Creek. Go follow me, I'd appreciate it. And if you guys would like to check out the FishBrain app, check it down in the link below. And if you want to, 30% off a price of the pro version if you use my link below. So you guys can see all these things that I've talked about can really help you out. Private waypoints, guys, that is a big deal. And you can see I've hit this waypoint, only I can see it. And it's just a great app. It's a fishing community. So go give me a follow. I'm under Coon Creek on FishBrain, and you know, click that link below, download that app. You get 30% off, guys, if you use my link. So because the bite window told me we need to go catch catfish, we're gonna jump in this boat, we're gonna go get some shad, and we're gonna end the day catching fish. And catfish is gonna save the day for us. There we go, guys, one throw and we are good to go. All right, guys, so that did not take very long. Not very long at all. We was drifting for just a little bit here, and boy, oh boy, this fish here, it slammed that planer board and it held it under for probably a good 5-6 seconds. So I'm saying this is gonna be a good fish here. Feels like a good fish. So hey, science, man, science at work. All right, let's take this rod here and we'll switch him over to this side so we can clear this side where I can get at it with the dip net, because I think this is going to be a substantial fish, guys. So hey, I'm the kind of guy that I'm gonna put everything I possibly can to use whenever it comes to fishing, and you know, this is no different. So this is a good fish here. Check my drag a little bit here. He's coming up top. I'm gonna play these fish in real slow, because you know, you got to figure I've got 1.5 ounce weight hanging, you know, 1.5 feet from that hook. So you know, the catfish, they like to roll and thrash around, so you want to play them slow and keep tension on that. That way they can't throw that weight around. Plus you just get to fight them a little bit longer, huh? This is a good fish here. I think he's in my other rod. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I got a mess. He got over in my other rod here. But this is a good fish here, guys. Let's see. We're gonna do some switching around here. Oh boy, I'm making a mess of this, guys. There's a big old head on that fish now. I'm gonna free spool this line. Get my dip net ready. Go ahead and dip that fish. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That is a good fish, guys. Look at that, guys. That is a nice fish, huh? So, we use science. Look at that. That is a dang nice fish. Trolled around for an hour, didn't catch anything, came out here drifting, and you know, within the first, I haven't been drifting 10-12 minutes. Actually, yeah, about 10-12 minutes, so look at that. And that is a nice fish there, huh? That's a good channel. All right, there we go, nice fish. That fish is gonna be somewhere, he's angry. Let's weigh that fish. He's gonna be over 10 for sure. $11.87. 11.87, guys. It's a 12-pounder. That's a good channel. That's a good channel. I don't care anywhere you go. There you go. We're gonna get this guy out. I'm gonna take care of my little mess, and we're gonna keep going because that's awesome. Just to show you guys, we're just gonna take and I'm gonna cut the tail off, cut the center piece out, the tail end there, and then we're gonna cut this shad here into 3 pieces. And I just do not like the heads for channel. I just don't catch that many fish on them. We got a planer board that just dove back real quick, so let's see what we got here. It dumped it pretty hard, so I'm saying it's maybe a nice fish here. Out here in the main lake, we're about in the middle of the lake as you can get right now. And that's where these fish are gonna spend, you know, a majority of their summer, so. Pull that planer board off and we'll keep tension. Oh yeah. There we go. So it looks like old FishBrain app was right. There we go, that's a nice one. I think we'll go ahead and dip this one. That's a pretty fair fish. Big old male there that just come off the spawn, so. There we go, guys. See, it's a dandy fish there. Big male, big head, just come off the spawn. But yeah, real nice fish. So we're gonna go ahead and throw them back in. Get another piece of shad on that bait and get them out. Maybe we catch a couple more before dark. But yeah, I'll tell you what, it worked. All right, guys, so we're about to wrap this video up here. It's starting to get dark. Had a nice enjoyable little evening here, caught several nice fish. And as you guys can see, that bite time indicator on the FishBrain app, it worked, right? So we caught several nice cats. Yeah, very happy with that. So just remember, if you guys would, the link below, go check out FishBrain. And if you guys look at the link below that, you can get 30% off FishBrain Pro, and that comes with the contour maps, that comes with the bite time indicator, the weather, that comes with the private waypoints. You know, so if you're out here, you can mark those waypoints and you can choose for you to only be able to see them. You don't have to share them. So remember that, that's a pretty big deal, really. Remember, you can go follow me on FishBrain under the name Coon Creek. You can kind of check out what I've been up to. I've been posting there quite a bit lately. You guys can see the fish that I've been catching, and you know, message me, ask me any questions. You can join my group and kind of join along with my fishing adventures. So remember, go check out the links below, and I appreciate the view, guys. If you would, hit that thumbs up, leave a comment as always. If you're new, consider subscribing, and I appreciate the view, guys. We'll see you out in the next video.